Okay, here we have the Saskia, which is my flagship white blend, actually the only white blend we do. This wine is named after my eldest daughter. This is one of the first wines I produced. The first wine I started selling under my own range. So 2004 was the first vintage, and this is the 2017 version. The style of wine has changed over the almost into decades now, over the years, where it was in the past a lot of Chenin Blanc from Stellenbosch was the main component of the blend, and then balanced with about a third Viognier from the Paardeberg, which is Paul. And the wine was a lot riper and richer in smaller barrels, and new wood was quite a part of the blending and part of the winemaking. Moving towards 2017, we've changed a bit of the source of where the vineyards are. So this wine has moved more and more towards Swartland. This is coastal wine of origin, but I'd say, well, it's really just the Viognier component and a bit of Verdelo, which are sourced from outside the Swartland, which are sourced in the Paardeberg. So this blend is 71% Chenin Blanc. It's around 14% Viognier. We have 8% Verdelo and 7% Claret Blanche. And the Chenin Blanc components are made up of two old bushvine vineyards in the Swartland, both in a very similar area. So it's on the Paardeberg, which is sort of northern slopes of the Paardeberg. It's decomposed granite. The soils for both vineyards are very similar. They just ripen slightly differently, and each component contributes a different aspect to the wine. So where the one vineyard which ripens a little earlier is a lot more of the yellow fruit characters, and we pick it with slightly higher sugar, and the other vineyard ripens slower. I pick it a bit earlier, and you end up with a lot more mineral characters and a lot more flintiness in the wine, and a lot good fresh acidity. So it's normally picked at around 12% alcohol potential. Claret Blanche is from the same farm as that vineyard of Chenin. That I pick really early. It'll get a bit of skin contact before going to barrel for ferment. And then the Viognier is from the what we call the Voorpaardeberg, which is Paul, and that's in slightly more red soils, clay-driven soils, gives a lot of perfume. And the Verdelo is from that similar area, and that gives you a lot of racy acidity and these very, very ripe pineapple characters. So each vineyard brings a very different component to the blend. This is the 2017 vintage, so this is still 100% barrel. I've been starting to play around in 2018 with eggs, but this is still 100% barrel, and around 15% new wood, which is lighter toast, very tight grain barrels that we use, and really just there to give a bit of backbone to the wine, not really to express the oak characters. It's still very consistent in style from the last couple of vintages, and the vineyards I've been using have been consistent over the years. So it's a wine that just really expresses, I think, vintage variation quite well. It's still a wine that ages beautifully. And these wines age easily 10 years from vintage, and can really, really deliver over the years with great character.